First things first, we're going viral. Jon Gruden is going through his second training camp and his second stint with the Raiders, and the team is trying all types of things to reverse the trend of just one playoff berth in the last 15 seasons. We saw some of this last week, but now here's more helmet cam footage.
I like it.
See, how helpful can this be for wide receivers?
Oh, it's a good training tool. It allows, especially some coaches have not played football at a high level, so it allows you visually to kind of see and anticipate the contact and everything. You actually able to see exactly the angle. So the guy says, Coach, he was inside of me. Like, no, he wasn't, son. I got the video right here. Absolutely. They should get Antonio one of these inside that new helmet. Maybe he'll be happy with that.
And I would imagine over the next 10 years, within 10 years, you're going to be able to watch a football game this way. You'll be able to pick. You don't think so?
I know the reason. Like, there's a reason why we have it staged now, because people don't understand. Even I don't like watching an NFL game on the sideline because the action is so quick. I don't understand it. That's why visually, the way they shoot the camera angles and the instant replay, that's the only way you can slow it down enough for people to understand.
Oh, I totally agree. I don't think people will choose to watch a full game that way, but I think you will be able to opt into either a quarterback or a safety or a wide receiver, watch a play
like
from their
VR kind of.
Absolutely right. The way the NBA's done it to where you can watch a game from the sideline even if you're not there.
But maybe
I think that technology is coming. Well, if you did it for a whole game, you'd be nauseous, but I think you'll be able to opt into it. I think it's a cool thing.
That's fun. You need a stronger filter on your cigarette.
Okay. Oh my God, man. I'm making it through, man. Show 495, first one without a nicotine patch, and it will be the last one without a nicotine patch. This is not happening again. Go ahead, Jen.
And I think there's too much caffeine in my coffee, but I feel like I'm asleep next to you. Time for stories to start your morning, sponsored by Gillette Clear Gel. Start with Antonio Brown. He's threatening to retire if he cannot wear the helmet of his choice, with head coach Jon Gruden saying he supports AB's decision. See, what do you make of all the Antonio Brown chaos right now within the Raiders organization?
This is the ultimate diva move. That's what it is. There's a reason why they call wide receivers divas. We've earned that right through the years, but he's making sure, because we had some years, man. We had Julio Jones, we had Larry Fitzgerald, we had Calvin Johnson. We were getting a little bit away from the T.O. diva. But we're back. This is not going to work. It's been collectively bargained. And the other 2,000 players we got in training camps, all of them are happy. Just him.
And Antonio Brown, showed up to training camp in a hot air balloon. And it's not one of the two craziest
I think he consumed some of it, whatever they put in there.
Well, but think about that. It's not one of the two craziest things that's happened in the last 10 days with him. He's got frostbite on his feet.
Good point.
And he tried to smuggle an old helmet hand-painted with the Raiders logo into practice.
Yep.
I mean, poorly hand-painted into practice. It's one of the wildest off-the-field, now on-the-field
The league did laugh about that, though.
Man, how did you not? I mean, what did it look like? Like a bad Photoshop?
Jon Gruden, I fully support that.
Dak Prescott has reportedly turned down a contract extension worth $30 million per year, which would have made him the 6th highest-paid quarterback in the league. See, are you surprised Dak turned down this deal?
No, not surprised. I don't know all the guarantees and how the money is stacked up, but this is the asking price for a guy can win you a playoff game, 3 years as a starter. Only one quarterback's won more regular season games, Brady, at 36, I think, and Dak's won 32. So, no, this is the asking price. Even if you can't stomach it, you don't like what you're looking at, you will get a quarterback like Dak Prescott, yes, for $30 million. You will not have, oh, he's been to how many Pro Bowls? He's been to how many Super Bowls? He's been to this? No. This is the normal asking price for a quality starter.
If the guarantees are in line with the typical quarterback contract, where it's the first 2 years are essentially fully guaranteed and the third year partially guaranteed, I don't know that he's going to do much better than $30 million per year. Now, I'm not running the Cowboys. If I was, this offer wouldn't be extended. But if it has been extended, I would recommend Dak take that rather than risk playing this year trying to get 30 up to 34. I would take the bird in the hand here. I think ultimately he will.
All right, moving on. Patrick Mahomes was perfect in his preseason debut Saturday against the Bengals, completing all 4 of his passes for 66 yards. Nick, how did the reigning MVP look?
And he looked like Patrick Mahomes, which is he looked excellent. And that Chiefs offense, see, you mentioned before the show, they looked even faster than last year. They added that second-round pick, McCole Hardman. They thought he was going to have to replace Tyreek Hill when it looked like Tyreek was maybe going to get kicked out of the league or suspended for the year. They had them on the field at the same time at one point, or they had McCole Hardman doing some similar things to what Tyreek Hill had done. The Chiefs offense is going to be explosive once again.
Their offensive line is underrated. Watch them all season because if Patty Mahomes gets the protection and a wild card, Sammy Watkins. Please, Sammy, show up, Sammy. Sammy from Clemson or something. If Sammy Watkins can be a credible number 3, because they got number 1 in Kelsey and Tyreek Hill, whichever one you want. Sammy Watkins, man, if he is able to do that, they are unstoppable as an offense. And Patty Mahomes, this is what you're going to see for the next 5 years now.
Aaron Rodgers preparing for his 15th season with the Packers. Matt LaFleur preparing his first as head coach. Didn't take long for rumors to swirl about their already strained relationship. Rodgers wanted to set the record straight, though, saying it's fake news. Unfortunately, the media, there's a lack of integrity. And when you're in a really low news cycle, like in June and July, when there's not much football going on, that's the kind of stuff that comes out. We don't need to spend any time talking about it because it's complete ridiculousness. See, what is your reaction to what Aaron Rodgers had to say?
I don't believe there's really big issues as far as him and LaFleur. I just don't know why Aaron Rodgers would care. I mean, I think this about a lot of players. If you're a professional athlete and people are writing things, why would you be so consumed with everything to write? And the things coming out of Green Bay with the new coach, they haven't been bad yet. I mean, there's just been a couple things, the audible system and the 2-a-day practices, joint practices with another team. But Aaron Rodgers is very, very different than any other quarterback that we have, that he has rabbit ears, a lot like some basketball players, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. He's recording every interview he does to make sure he's not misquoted. He's hearing all these things. And I know Aaron don't want it to be out there, but Aaron in his relationships, he struggled. Brett Favre, he struggled. The coach there, he struggled. His personal relationships, he struggled. And now with Matt LaFleur, people are saying, benefit of the doubt. Will he struggle with the young head coach? I like the head coach. I believe he has an opportunity to be a special coach. But he's going to have to deal with Aaron Rodgers, and there's some give and take. I don't think people are making stuff up. I don't think they have a bad relationship. But things are going to happen, and when they do happen, does Aaron have enough of savviness to be able to smooth things over, or does he just throw a log on a fire so that people can continue to create a certain type of narrative, which he has done in certain instances with the media? And
listen, I totally understand why you would say, and by you, I mean specifically you, Chris Carter, would say, I don't know why he would care. This is something you've got an extra level of don't give a bleep about what other people say or think, then even, it's not just then a non-pro athlete, then even typical pro athlete. Like when a lot of these things come up, guys caring about their mentions, guys caring about the media says, Baker and Kyle, it's just not how you're wired. You're wired to not care about those types of things.
Well, also, I know the reality.
And how many people are going to be picking at you? How many people are going to be picking at you?
If I'm one of 300 guys in the NBA, there's only going to be a little bit you can tell me. Now, guys that played the game, I might be more apt to listen to their criticism more than that. I'm playing in the NFL. I'm one of 1,800 players. I'm one of 25,000 men that have ever played in the NFL. I'm one of 32 starting quarterbacks. I'm Aaron Rodgers, quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Oh, tell me what you can say to me gonna upset me.
And so I understand that he's different than you in that regard. I also, though, do get what Aaron's saying, which is they haven't yet had an issue. And how many times have we talked about a potential issue? It's almost speaking it into existence, where we think it'll probably come. So when he criticizes joint practices, oh, is he actually criticizing the coach? Or maybe he just don't like joint practices, no matter who the coach is. So I understand his frustration there. And he is right that during the slower times of the sports calendar, shows like this, our show is just as long, whether it is the day after the Super Bowl or the 14th day in August, sure. And so because of that, there's going to be more noise about things that aren't necessarily stories. And for a name as big as Aaron Rodgers, his name's going to be associated with it a lot more.
When does the regular season start, Nick?
What?
Not soon enough for Aaron Rodgers.
Days.
Take a break. Coming up, WWE champion Kofi Kingston joins the show. That's next on First Things First.
Oh, brought the belt with him.